What up, what up? Say Stow G. Back with another topic, back with another video. So the title of this video is going to be young adults are moving back home by the thousands. So we're going to talk about it. So admin notes. Thanks again to all subscribe to my channel. I endeavor to keep pushing videos out to give you leverage to better sales. Also, I'm back on TikTok. The TikTok name is AceOG. Come check me out. Let's get into it. So, young adults are moving back home by the thousands. So, what I mean by young adults, I mean folks that are 30 and under, right? 30 and under. And I want to say 30 and under, for the most part, is Gen Z, right? I'm not sure if 30 bleeds into millennials. I can't remember now. But definitely, a lot of those are Gen Zers. And yeah, man, it's crazy. So there was some statistics that I saw and read a couple of days ago, and I wasn't shocked when I saw these stats. But what I will say is that it's very telling as far as how the job market is, how the financial markets are, and just how folks are navigating life financially, man. It's not good at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know how things are going to pan out. But as of right now, people are doing real bad, man. Real bad, especially young adults. So one of the stats that I read was that it said that over 50% of young adults, I'm sorry, is it 50? Yeah, over half of young adults right now under the age of 30 are living home or moved back home. Think about that now. Over 50% of folks that are 30 years old or younger have moved back home or have never left home because of financial things, right? I'm telling you, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So it said that this has not been seen since the 1940s. So I'm not exactly sure what was going on during that time. Maybe because of the war, there was some type of thing going on where young adults were home at the time. I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe they went to the war and they came back home and they didn't have a home to go to because they was in war, so they went back to their parents' house. I'm not exactly sure. But they basically said, that stat said that has not been seen like that since the 1940s, right? I know with my generation, with Gen Xers, we can wait to get back home. You know, not get back home, but leave home. Because the stigma was that once you became a certain age, especially in adulthood, you did not stay home. You left, you bounced, you know what I'm saying? You just figured it out. You didn't stay home at all, you know what I'm saying? So another thing I read as well said that the stigma of actually staying home with your parents has actually faded a lot in the generation. Which I guess in a sense kind of like not necessarily incentivizes Gen Zers to move home, but it's not as bad as what a Gen Xer would feel or millennial will feel going back to their parents' house, right? Yeah, the financial struggle is real, man. It really is, you know what I'm saying? And they said that the reason why these folks are moving back home is because of high housing costs, high rent, and student loan debt. So I mean, that's obvious. I mean, if we read, I would say read newspaper, but I know a lot of folks don't read newspapers no more. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks get their news from the social media or news outlets online, right? But you know, if you read the news in general, you'll see that that the economy is crap right now. Housing market is crap right now. The job market is crap right now, and a lot of folks are singing the blues about not having money, right? And I'm pretty sure Gen Zers are definitely at the top of the chain when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So when I read those stats, it did not surprise me at all. It really didn't. My oldest son is 21 years old. He works, right, and he's doing some schooling. But I mean, as of right now, I mean, like for him to leave home and to be on his own, like the money is just not there. You know what I'm saying? It isn't. He hasn't built a career just yet, right? And I mean, the way the rent is around here, he would have to have at least 2 roommates. I mean, him and another person couldn't do it. The job he has is a good job, but I mean, like when you look at having to have 3 times the rent to rent an apartment out. I mean, having just 1 roommate wouldn't work. Not with his job, it just wouldn't. He would need at least 2 more. It would have to be 3 of them in 1 apartment. It's not a bad thing, but I mean, but it seemed like to me, I don't know, somebody can correct me on this. It seemed like Gen Zers are not a generation that really deals well with like meshing together like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it seems like to me. Maybe the Gen Zers that I see around here in this area is like that. I'm not exactly sure the generation is like that. But it seems like there's some conflict when it comes to Gen Zers living with each other. I don't know. But I told my son, I was like, as long as you do the right thing, and and you stay out of trouble, and you get some schooling in. What I mean by schooling is like trade school, and also and working and make sure pay your way. I have no issue with you staying home. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, as your father, I'm supposed to be the one to make sure you're taken care of, and the one to make sure you actually be put in the best position possible financially when you leave the home, right? Gen Xers wasn't like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got thrown out the house sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. Once you got to a certain age and you didn't figure it out yet, then your parents literally said, you got to go, right? But this generation is not like that at all. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, with how the way the job market is right now, I mean, like, hey, it's just not, it's not feasible. It's not feasible. It's not it's not optimal for it to put your kids out now. It just isn't, man. It really isn't. It's not a good look, man. It isn't. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can't dictate what you do with your kids, but I know for myself, I wouldn't feel right putting pressure on my older son and my youngest son right now, because he's 18, to leave the house to a certain degree about being stable, right? Like I said, the time of jumping out there in the water, in the job market and the financial market and figuring it out is, nah, man. That's the reason why these stats are saying that more than half of young adults 30 under are moving back home. And I don't really see it as a person of failure. I really see it as like the economy failed them. That's what it really boiled down to. The economy failed them, because going to college for certain degrees right now, or certain not necessarily certain niches, but I mean, but like there's a lot of college degrees you get right now that are useless. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be being replaced by AI, or like it's just a job that doesn't pay a lot of money, right? So you got a lot of these Gen Zers that went to college, like they were told to do, right? They got a degree, they're crazy through student loan debt, and they're not even working the job that they would work with the college degree, right? They're barely making it by working some type of obscure job that's not paying nothing, right? So what do you want these Gen Zers to do? You can't just pull money out your behind. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You can't just pull money out of thin air, right? I need to read a stat on that as well, as far as like how many Gen Zers actually working their degree right now, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty doggone low. I'm pretty sure it is. You know what I'm saying? So you did all this schooling, got into all this debt, and you can't even find a job that can pay the debt back, right? So, and once again, I said it before on another video. It's like Gen Xers, we are the generation that take care of everybody. We're taking care of baby boomers that as they getting older, and we're taking care of certain age millennials and Gen Zers that can't make it out here in the job market. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we're taking care of them, because when we were their age, the job market was stable and there was hope. There was an avenue of approach to building wealth or getting a stable job. You know what I'm saying? Like the job market was just not what it was right now. So when I see some folks, whatever, like looking down at Gen Zers when it comes to jobs, yes, I will say that I've seen a lot of Gen Zers that are very lazy when it comes to a job, but at the end of the day, the laziness doesn't compensate for what they could get out there, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all Gen Zers can't get the bag or can't be successful, but your average Gen Zer that has minimum drive, or even a little bit more drive than the rest of them, and the job's not there, they're just not there. If the money's not there, it's just not there, right? Because folks that are my age right now, that are Gen Xers, are struggling trying to get a job. So if they're struggling to get a job with a crazy skill set, then what do you think Gen Zers are going through right now? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So yeah, man, a lot of young adults are moving back home by the thousands, right? So I have no issue with it, because honestly, if things work out to a certain degree, I wouldn't mind, my sister's family merging in with ours, and we just buy land together, and we just build a house from the ground up, and we have a big enough house to where me and my wife and whoever is with us at the time, and then my sister-in-law is on her side of the house with her husband, right? I have no issue with that. I forget what it's called now, the terminology, but it feels it. I can't think of it right now, but I mean basically it's I can't think of it right now, but basically it's like it's multi-family. You know what I'm saying? You're pushing resources together. You're pulling resources together, and everybody pitches in. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the mortgage, the electricity bill, the water bill, and everybody lives comfortably. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some demographics that can do that, and some that can't. I'm not gonna get into that right now. We'll get into that in another video. But multi-generational living, which I would call it right now. I'm not sure that's the right terminology for it, but I mean, I think that's really where we're going at right now. I really don't believe that we're in a time right now where a Gen Zer that's married can go out there and have both spouses work and still be able to make it and be comfortable. I think that generational family living is the way to go right now. Merging families. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Because trying to make it on your own right now is crazy. It is, you know what I'm saying? And why struggle when you can pull resources together? You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, two boys, you know what I'm saying? I am, giving them the knowledge of whatever to get out there on their own eventually, because eventually they probably will get married and have their own wife, you know what I'm saying? And once that happens, yeah, they're not going to be here for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to get out there and do what they got to do. But I'm giving them the tool set, and I'm giving them resources to make sure they get to that point. And I think a lot of Gen Zers that left home didn't have the resources to make it initially. They basically went out there, tried to figure it out on their own, and they had to come back home. And like I said, I don't see it as a failure on their part. I really truly believe it's the economy. The economy failed them. America failed them, because they ain't no way in hell that young adults should be out here struggling this bad. Real talk. So anyways, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all next video. Say So G, signing out. I'm gone.